My name is Dorothy Mitchell. I'm 78 years old, and my doctor just told me I have approximately 2 weeks left to live. Liver cancer, stage 4, inoperable. I don't want your pity, I want your attention, because I'm about to tell you the truth that nobody tells you when you're young and stupid and think you have forever. The truth I wish someone had grabbed me by the shoulders and screamed in my face when I was 30. You're gonna die. I know. You know that, intellectually, the same way you know the earth is round or that vegetables are good for you. But you don't know it, not in your bones, not in a way that changes how you live. I didn't either. 2 weeks ago I thought I had time. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10. I had a list. You know the kind. Places to visit, people to call, conversations to have, things to say. I was going to call my sister Amy. We haven't spoken in 4 years over something so stupid I can barely remember what started it. Something about Mom's jewelry after the funeral. I was going to call her soon. Maybe at Christmas. Maybe after I retired fully. Maybe when I felt ready. Amy's not returning my calls now. Her husband says she needs time. Time. That's funny, isn't it? Because time is the one thing I don't have. I was going to take my daughter, Jennifer, to Paris. She's wanted to go since she was 12, since she read that book. Madeline, you know, the little girl in the old house in Paris covered with vines. She's 45 now. We kept saying, next year. I had the money. I had the health. I didn't have the time. I was busy, always busy, working, planning, preparing for a future that just evaporated. I was going to learn to paint, to really paint, not just those wine and canvas things. My grandmother was a painter. She tried to teach me when I was young, but I was too cool for it. Too busy with my friends, my drama, my little crises that seemed so important. I was going to tell my husband, Robert, that I was wrong about so many things. We divorced when I was 52, 26 years ago. He wanted to sell the house, travel, be spontaneous. I wanted security, stability, to keep building our retirement fund. I thought he was being irresponsible, childish. He died 3 years ago. Heart attack. Alone in his apartment. I never told him I understood. I never told him he was right. Let me tell you what I did with my life instead. I worked. God, did I work. I was a regional manager for a pharmaceutical company. 60, 70-hour weeks. I climbed every ladder they put in front of me. I got the promotions, the bonuses, the corner office with the view I was too busy to look at. I have a retirement account with $1.2 million in it. Do you know what that's worth to me now? Nothing. Less than nothing. Because you can't buy time. You can't buy back the dance recitals I missed. You can't buy back the Sunday mornings I spent on conference calls instead of making pancakes with my daughter. You can't buy back your sister's forgiveness or your ex-husband's last years or your own health. I spent 30 years preparing for a retirement I'm never going to have. I worried about everything, about what people thought of me, about my weight, about my performance reviews, about whether I was successful enough, impressive enough, important enough. Nobody at my company sent flowers when they heard. Nobody. 33 years I gave them, and the HR department sent a card, generic, with a printed signature. I postponed joy every single time. I'll be happy when I get the promotion, when I lose the weight, when I pay off the house, when Jennifer graduates, when I retire, when. I made it to win, and there's no happiness waiting here, just regret. Here's what they don't tell you about dying. You don't get a rehearsal. There's no practice round. This is it. The life you're living right now. The one you keep saying you'll fix later. You'll optimize later. You'll actually live later. This is the only one you get. The people you love won't wait. My father died when I was 43. We'd had a fight about politics, and I was going to call him after I cooled down. He had a stroke 2 days later, died 3 days after that. I never cooled down. I just never got another chance. Your body will betray you. I was going to hike the Appalachian Trail when I retired. I'd been saying that since I was 40. By the time I retired at 67, my knees were shot, then my hip, then, well, this. Time doesn't feel linear when you're dying. My childhood feels like yesterday. My daughter's birth feels like last week. But the last 20 years, they're a blur, a featureless, forgettable blur of meetings and errands and distractions and nothing that matters. You will regret the wrong things. I don't regret the business deal that fell through. I don't regret the promotion I didn't get. I don't regret the money I spent on that trip to Hawaii. That's one of my only good memories. I regret the trip I didn't take. I regret the apologies I didn't make. I regret the love I didn't express. I regret every time I chose my pride over my people. I regret the time I wasted being right instead of being close. If I could go back, if I could talk to myself at 30, at 40, at 50, here's what I would say. Call your sister. Call her right now. Don't wait until you feel ready, until you've crafted the perfect words, until enough time has passed. Pride is expensive and you can't afford it. Call her and say, I'm sorry, even if you don't think you're wrong, because being right won't keep you warm when you're dying alone. Take the trip. Stop saving it for someday. Someday doesn't exist. There will always be a reason to wait. You're too busy, too broke, too tired, too responsible. Go anyway. Book the flight. Take your daughter to Paris. Take yourself to Paris. Run out of money if you have to. You can't take it with you. And Jennifer won't remember the size of her inheritance, but she'll remember dancing under the Eiffel Tower with her mom. Quit the job you hate. Life is too short to spend 40 hours a week being miserable so you can spend 2 hours a week being happy. You think you need the security. You think you need to be practical. You're going to die anyway. Be impractical. Chase the thing that makes you come alive, even if it pays less, even if people think you're crazy. Because what's crazy is spending the only life you get doing something that kills your soul. Put down your phone. Put it down right now. The emails will wait. The scrolling will wait. The person in front of you won't wait forever. My daughter tried to talk to me so many times, and I was just finishing this email, just finishing this report, just checking this thing. I was never finished, and now she barely visits because I taught her that she wasn't worth my full attention. Fix it now. Whatever is broken in your relationships, fix it now. Not tomorrow. Not when you feel ready. Not when they apologize first. Now. Because people die. They die suddenly, and they die with your reconciliation still in your pocket, still in your heart, still on your to-do list. Be scared and do it anyway. I was afraid of everything. Afraid of looking stupid, afraid of failing, afraid of what people would think. So I played it safe. I stayed small. I built a careful, comfortable, cautious life, and it wasn't worth it. Do you know what I wish I'd done? Everything that scared me. Asked out the boy in college. Started the business. Took the painting class. Traveled alone. Spoken up. Shown up. All of it. Love people out loud. Tell them. Tell them you love them. You're proud of them. You're grateful for them. Don't assume they know. Don't wait for the right moment. I have dozens of letters I was going to write, things I was going to say, appreciation I was going to express. They're all still in my head, and my head is going into the ground. Here's the math that should terrify you. If you're 30, you have about 2,500 weeks left. If you're 40, about 2,000. If you're 50, about 1,500. That sounds like a lot until you realize you've already lived through thousands of weeks and can barely remember most of them. You think you have time to wait until you lose the weight, until you get the promotion, until the kids are grown, until you retire, until life settles down. Life doesn't settle down. Life is happening right now, and you're missing it because you're waiting for it to start. I wasted decades waiting to be ready, waiting to be worthy, waiting to have enough, waiting to be enough. I'm out of time to wait. You want to know what matters when you have 2 weeks left? Not my career, not my 401k, not my LinkedIn profile or my job title or that award I won in 1998. What matters is that I can hear my daughter's voice when she calls, that my grandson drew me a picture of us together, that my neighbor brought me soup, that I can remember my mother's laugh and my grandmother's hands and the way Robert used to dance with me in the kitchen. What matters is that I got one more sunrise, one more cup of coffee, one more moment of being alive. The best moments of my life were free. They were simple. They were connection and presence and love. And I spent most of my life too busy to notice them. So here's what I'm asking you, begging you. Stop waiting. Stop waiting to forgive. Stop waiting to travel. Stop waiting to create. Stop waiting to love. Stop waiting to live. Start choosing. Choose presence over productivity. Choose people over accomplishments. Choose experiences over possessions. Choose courage over comfort. Choose love over pride. Start now. Call the person you've been meaning to call. Book the trip you've been postponing. Start the project you've been planning. Say the thing you've been thinking. Fix the relationship that's been broken. Do the thing that scares you. Do it today, right now. Because I promise you, you don't have as much time as you think you do. None of us do. I don't want to die. I'm not ready. I'm not finished. I have so much I still wanted to do, so much I wanted to say, so much life I wanted to live. But I don't get more time. You do. You still have time. Please don't waste it like I did. Don't wait until you're in this bed with 2 weeks left, looking back at a life full of some days that never came. Live now, love now, fix it now, try it now, say it now, because I promise you, 2 weeks goes faster than you can imagine. And 60 years? 60 years goes even faster. My name is Dorothy Mitchell. I'm 78 years old. I have 2 weeks left. Don't let this be you. Please, don't let this be you.